Hey everybody, I'm shooting this video a week now, just over a week since I competed at the World Masters. I'm shooting this video to share with you what went on in terms of my thought process in the build-up to that competition, and also my reflection on it and how I feel now. And the reason I'm doing this is because I felt like I wanted to share my journey building up to the World Masters, but I couldn't really do that because of the situation. So I kind of went a little bit quiet on social media, and I didn't really post a huge amount in the build-up, where it was actually my intention to do that and to share with you, my followers, how it was going. So let me start by sharing what happened in, say, maybe 2 or 3 months building up to it. There was the entry list, the provisional entry list was released. And me being maybe a little bit cocky, a little bit arrogant, maybe thought this is going to be a walk in the park, this is going to be pretty plain sailing, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give the world records a shot. That was my goal. And normally you'd think, if we hit world records, then that should be the title as well. So that was my mindset, being totally open and honest. And I made that public as well on social media prior to, way before, when I first started training, right back at the start of the year. Anyway, the provisional entry was released, and Christy Brewer's name is on the list. Of all the years for us to go head to head, in the same age category, in the same weight category, it was this year. And when I saw Christy's total on paper, what went through my mind? Great, this isn't going to be straightforward. She's a better lifter than me, simple as that. She has bigger numbers, she's in far better shape than I am. And what a talent. Wow, what a talent, what an inspiration. A couple of years younger than me, but it has her own challenges, has young children as well. And it made me sit up and question what I was doing. Do I quit? Do I just pull out? This is about 2 months, 10 weeks or so out from the Worlds. Do I decide, do you know what, I'm going to run scared and I'm not going to do it? Or do I stand up and be counted and go out there and be true to my word and give it the best that I could? Pulling out was a realistic option, but I decided, no, come on, I've done this much. I want to be proud of what I can achieve at this age and give it a go. So that changed my mindset, especially when it came to social media. I didn't want people knowing what I could do. I didn't want to be shouting about the biggest weights I'd snatched, cleaned or jerked, because I was going to show my cards. And this for me was quite a new experience, because back in the day when I was competing, and don't get me wrong, the last time I competed was 8 years ago, and that was out of retirement. It was a long time ago, best part of 2 decades ago, when I was at the peak of my performance. Social media was not a thing. You didn't know what everybody else was doing. Whereas now you could pop somebody's name into Instagram and see what they were doing on a daily basis. And obviously you don't know what they're posting, how accurate that is, but you could still see and monitor what people were doing. So I definitely kept an eye on what Christy was doing in the build-up, and she was posting some big weights, and I was thinking, I don't know if I can be competitive with this. Anyway, I kept my head down. If anything, that motivated me to train as hard as I could, given my current situation. 3 little ones under the age of 3, it was difficult. Anyway, going into that competition, I had a game plan, and I'm going to share that game plan with you. And I'm going to be doing a go live with Christy imminently as well, and I'm going to bounce things off her, and I don't mind sharing what my game plan was and what have you. But I'm doing this so you can hopefully learn or get some insight into what goes on backstage. So going into it, I honestly didn't think I could be competitive. I thought maybe I could be close on the snatch. But sticking to my game plan was world records. And in training, I hit 81 snatch. The world record was 80.5, and I'd only hit 81. In training, I'd hit 100, clean and jerk, once, and I hit 98 once. World record was 97.5, so 98 for the world record. Anyway, I flew out to the US, and my game plan was to start on world records, give it a shot, and then whatever happened after that would be. I posted at the weigh-in 79, 91. why did I do that? Because 79 was kind of accurate, a couple of kilos below what I actually wanted to start on. Most lifters do that anyway, so there's nothing unusual about that. I posted 91 light, knowing that I wanted to go heavier, and I did that because nobody would suspect anything. Nobody would suspect that I was going to take a big jump because nobody had seen me do any more than 94 in training. So actually, if I posted 91, I might go out on 92, 93, and that wouldn't have been anything special. Anyway, so we're warming up. I genuinely thought Christy was going to start on 81. And I thought, you know, it was going to be a battle on the snatch. But she came out early. She came out light. And I knew that because I was keeping an eye on her in the warm-up. And she went 70, 73 warming up. They're not the kind of weights that you would take if you were going to start at 81. So I suspected she was coming out a bit lighter, which she did. Anyway, Christy finished 79, and I just stuck to my game plan. 81, 83, 85. Best snatches I've had all year. 3 world records, happy days. I've got a 6 kilo lead after the snatch. It's just a shame that I can't clean and jerk. It's a shame that I haven't been able to get my leg strength back. Anyway, I go back into the warm-up room, trying to control the nerves. And don't get me wrong, just because I've got experience in this sport doesn't mean that I don't get nervous. In fact, for me, the nerves get worse and worse with age. I feel like I struggle more and more to control it. But I also know that deep down, I need that anxiety. I need those nerves. I need to feel physically sick to know that I'm in great shape and I'm ready to compete. So we're now on to the clean and jerk. I actually went out of the warm-up room between snatch and clean and jerk. I went and got a cup of tea and just tried to chill out for 20 minutes before I started warming up. At this point, Christy and I are having a little bit of banter in the warm-up room, and she's a great character. It's really the first time I've met her, but it was nice to have that banterful interaction backstage. So here we go, warming up. Everything's going fine. I know that Christy's going to be going out heavier than me on the clean and jerk. That's obvious. And I was like, how am I going to keep this quiet? How am I going to make it not too obvious that I'm planning to start a bit heavier than what I've put out? So we actually hid a 2.5 kilo disc on the inside of one of the 10s, so that when their team looked over, they would see 90 on my bar, but it was actually 95. So I'm warming up, everything's gone fine. And I go out on 98. World record first attempt, world record total. 5 world records I've got. Brilliant, happy days. It was going to plan. Now it's down to Christy, can she beat me? What's she going to start on? And at this point, we're looking at the scoreboard going, well, if I go up a couple of kilos, she might go up. And then I go up again, and then I don't have any more opportunities to change my weight. So I just whacked my second attempt up to 110, knowing that that's going to force Christy out. So she came out on, I think it was 103. As soon as she's gone to platform on 103 for a first attempt, I quickly moved my weight back down to 103 because there's no way I want to go out on 110. She goes out and nails it. Now the pressure's on me. If I can get that 103, she's got to go really big. Anyway, as it turned out, I cleaned it twice, missed the jerk, went a bit soggy under that bar, went a little bit dizzy. No excuses. I gave it my best. Just to put things in perspective, my best front squat going into this competition was only 105. So I've gone out, I've cleaned 103 twice, just didn't have the legs to jerk it. It wasn't to be. And that meant that Christy then needed a 105 to make up the deficit from the snatch and to take the gold medal, which she did superbly well. And I was the first one to congratulate her. I think what she did was mightily impressive. And the better lifter won on the day, simple as that. But I wanted to share with you what went on backstage, what my mindset was, what my thought process was. Was I totally focused on myself? Yes. But I was also mindful of what was going on in their camp, in their competition. And I was definitely keeping an eye on things as an athlete. I never, ever trust any coach because I've had too many coaches in the past that have screwed things up for me. So I had somebody there, Lisa Karp, helping me keep an eye on the scoreboard. But I still oversaw it and I still kept an eye on things. And I took responsibility for every action that went on backstage. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little share of experience. Did I enjoy it? People are asking me now, have I missed competition? Absolutely not. Did I enjoy it? Yes, when it was done. But as I said already, the anxiety, the nerves, controlling that, it's tough. It's really tough. And I think there's a lot more to the sport than people realise. And I'm hoping by sharing this insight will make you appreciate that there's a little bit more to it than just competing on the platform.